Good afternoon, Gills fans, and welcome back to another match day live from Gills in the Blood TV, our final one of the year, en route to Priestfield as the Gills take on AFC Wimbledon in what probably is classed as a relegation six-pointer. But a win today could be huge for us. I think if we can pick up maximum points and results go our way in other games, we could actually be up to about 12th or 13th, because our goal difference is a lot better than plenty around us, which is great to see. But obviously the biggest thing that we need to do is make sure that we get the 3 points and then worry about everybody else. Yeah, en route now. No Boz, no Stocky today. They've gone away for a romantic New Year's weekend together in some log cabin in the woods, I think, which is, well, I'll let you decide what it is, Gills fans. But I don't want to, you know, influence what you think of the pair of them. Not that we judge, it's the 21st century, but Boz did send me a WhatsApp this morning saying they were going to sit in bed together tonight and watch Matchday Live. So make of that what you will. But back to the game in hand. Obviously, there's going to be a few familiar faces lining up against us today. Barry Fuller and Andy Bartram have been at Wimbledon for a while now. We know all about them, part of that memorable 2009 playoff winning side. And then more recently, obviously, Deji Osalaja, who was on loan with us for 2 seasons from Cardiff, joined the Dons on a free transfer in the summer. And the other one, a little bit harder to take, no disrespect to Deji, a certain Cody McDonald decided to leave us after 80 odd goals in just over 200 games, and will line up against us this afternoon. We know all about his threats and his ability, and it tends to be that at this time of year he starts to come alive and get stronger as the campaign goes on. So let's hope for our sake that he has an absolute shocker for 90 minutes today. Do love you, Cody, but you're the enemy today for 90 minutes. I'll clap you beforehand and I'll clap you afterwards, but for 45 minutes twice in between that, I hope you're awful. In terms of a match prediction, I think it's going to be tight. Steve Lovell's spoken of the pitch not being great, so it looks like we might be going slightly more direct, so maybe a little bit more route one today. And in terms of a team, I'm not really sure, because there's talk of obviously rotation and players being tired and the squad having to be used, as we're a bit stretched at the moment with games coming thick and fast. So 2 I would mention would be Connor Wilkinson, Elliot List, who both made a massive difference from the bench on Boxing Day. We're both involved in the equaliser that earned us a point, so I think they both might deserve a start. And the only other thing is the back 4 I would keep the same. I think generally they've been really good. That's Luke O'Neill, Max Amar, Gabriel Zaquani and Connor Ogilvie have been really good. Obviously backed up by Thomas Holy, who's been immense all season. So I'm not going to try and pick a team, but I think there's a few that need a rest. One of them being Tom Eaves. I thought it was probably one of his least effective games on Tuesday, so he looks like he's in need of a bit of a breather, and then hopefully we can get him back fit and strong for Charlton on Monday. But I'm going to do my prediction now. I think the first goal could be massive if we can get it. We generally tend to manage games well from the front. We're not so good chasing games, but I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 Gillingham win. I think Connor Wilkinson might nick another one. I think that would be great to see. Obviously garnered some confidence from his goal the other day against Oxford United. The other one, I'm going to go for the skipper today. I thought he took a bit of stick Tuesday, which was a little bit harsh. So I'm going to go Lee Martin. So Lee Martin and Connor Wilkinson in a 2-1 Gills win. As I've said, there's no Boz and no Stocky, so I'm meeting up with Simon today, who runs Gills 365. Get following that account and get looking at that website if you're not already, because you are missing out if you're not doing that. So we're going to be doing the match day live between us, going to enjoy a drink beforehand, as it is still the festive period, any excuse, and we will see you all in the ground.
backstage of Gills fan who's 50, that's for Royal Mates. A special welcome to Adam Heathfield, who's the world famous Morris Stockerson.
We are in the ground now, myself and Simon, and the team news is out. Mate, what are you thinking about 11 today?
Interesting. There's no Elliot List. I thought he might be in and around the squad. Not even in the squad. Interesting to see Kundal in the team. I don't know. You wouldn't have him down as a starter normally, so this is a bit of a math test for him. We've got to see him go out there and see if he can pass the test and be a good starter for the team.
That's it, yeah. I mean, and out of the 3 substitutes that came on Tuesday, for me, he was the least effective of the 3. Yet he suddenly starts, and Elliot List ain't even in the 18, which is a strange one. Yeah. Connor Wilkinson obviously scored the goal, so that's understandable. And Tommy looked like he needed a rest. But
Liam Nash in the squad as well, which is good to see.
Yeah, good to see him back on the bench. Let's not go over the top in our
Messiah, is he? But I mean,
he's not Cody McDonald. He's certainly not Luis Suarez, like some might have you to believe on Twitter. But
no. Speaking of Cody, he starts today.
As does Andy Bartram and Deji Osalage. I'm not sure on Barry Fuller.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
But my goal scoring prediction is down the Swanee already, because Lee Martin is not even in the 18, which again is a little bit surprising for me. What's your thoughts in terms of a score?
I think we need an early goal just to settle the nerves down a little bit. I think the performances over the festive period have been a little bit patchy. Really good up at Fleetwood, not so good at home.
Really good at home to Bristol Rovers the week before as well.
Exactly, so it's what, Jekyll and Hyde stuff. What Gillingham are going to turn up today. We get ourselves a good start and an early goal. Hopefully Connor Wilkinson has a big day. Then I can see us running out reasonably easy winners. If we don't score in the first hour, I think we're in trouble. Yep. And I think we'll end up losing by the odd goal. So I think we need a goal, ideally by half time. Nothing silly at the back. I'll be positive. Let's say we're going to win this one 2-1.
Same as myself. I said 2-1 Gills, but I think they've got enough good players. Although we just said before we come on here, considering the amount of good players they've got, they're very low in the league and they've not scored hardly any, have they?
I think they've underachieved this year.
Massively.
Do you think if we'd have made those signings this summer, people would be very excited about how we'd be doing? We've actually, we were pretty underwhelmed really by the players we brought in the summer, and yet
and pleasantly surprised since.
Yeah, and we're beginning to pick things up now. Steve Lovell's turned us around, and
I tweeted this morning, we're only 3 points off what we had last season.
Yeah.
And considering we took 3 games to get 7 points last year, we took 10 games to get 7 points this year. So again, it's how good a job is Steve Lovell doing. So
we can give ourselves a real shot in the arm, a real dose of momentum going into the new year. The games are always thick and fast this time of year. We've been a bit in and out. We get ourselves a win today. If a few other results go our way, we could be sitting pretty going into 2018.
That'd be lovely, and then obviously Charlton becomes almost a free swing, and then any people that are struggling with fatigue or knocks, we've got a week off, haven't we? So, which could actually be a blessing in disguise, the fact that we're out of the cup. Some might not agree, but we do get a free weekend to get all the walking wounded back, so to speak. So, so there's our predictions. Both of us are saying 2-1, and we will bring you more footage throughout the game. Half-time here at the Priestfield, it's 0-0 between us and Wimbledon. I think they've been the better side.
They have. They've had deflected free kick over the bar. Andy Bartram's dangerous down the left-hand side. Cody's getting into the game a little bit, and we've just been reduced to a couple of shots from distance. We haven't looked too good, have we?
We look we look tired. We look very tired.
Flat.
Very lethargic. Like we've had too much Christmas turkey. It's not a great improvement on Tuesday's game. Like you just said before we come in, the good thing is we're still in it.
Yeah, we haven't
can't get much worse.
We haven't done anything silly to concede a goal. I mean, we had a little moment with Thomas Holy, rookie error really, carrying the ball outside his penalty area. Linesmen don't normally see those. He saw it.
Cody, ironically,
Cody waved it.
Drew it to his attention.
Linesman put his flag up, gave it. We had a bit of a worry there. Free kick right on the edge of the box. Thankfully, I think it was Connor Wilkinson in the wall. Stayed brave in the wall. Made sure he deflected it over for a corner. But we haven't got any drive in the middle of the pitch.
We've got him behind us, haven't we?
the lads up front are working hard. I mean, Connor Wilkinson's winning his fair share in the air. Josh Parker's doing his usual, covering a load of ground. We just haven't got that cutting edge. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see Tom Eaves if nothing's changed in the next 10-15 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll change it at the break, but I think he'd probably want to give those that have started the chance to try and have an impact. Greg Cundle, slow start, grew into it a bit though. I thought we'd done all right.
It's taken him a little while to get in the game. He started off as if he was playing right up top. Looks like he's dropped off it a little bit in search of the ball a little bit more. And he's picking up scraps here and there, but that's basically it. So it's hard to judge him because
I mean, he's not the only
the service just isn't there, is it? The service isn't there. It's all very lopsided. Everything's down our right-hand side. Whenever we go down the left, you've got Heston Tyler, who's pulling out wide on the left. He's not an attacking player.
But then you know what's going to happen because he's not left-footed. So then he comes back inside all the time, and it slows everything down. So it's a bit predictable at the moment.
We're not balanced at all. I'd like to see.
Just trying to see who's out warming up. Who's out warming up? Simon Garmston's out still. Tom Eaves has just come back out.
Looks like Liam Nash is out there.
So it looks like they're all still out here then, so it doesn't look like there's going to be anything at the break.
I don't think they're going to rush anybody on yet. I reckon he'll give it 10-15 minutes.
To the hour mark, and then we'll go from there.
Fingers crossed we haven't let one in by then.
We just looked at the league table as well. Currently 18, but a goal takes us up to 14 for 15, so it's a massive incentive,
It's a big opportunity, and if we can just... We're looking relatively stable at the back. Our two best players, Max Amer and Zakuani, have been pretty solid at the back.
Have been first class.
Done some good stuff. The sort of meat and potatoes defending that you want your defenders to do at this level.
Win your tackles,
we just need a little bit more ahead of them, and if we can get that, I think we have got the people on the pitch who can score goals. We just need to get them in the right areas of the pitch.
Yeah, I think like you, I'd just love to see us get more natural width out there. Whether we do that by making a change, or even we could change the system slightly. Like I think we could play Connor Wilkinson as an out-and-out striker with Greg Cundle in behind, and just get Sean Clare and Josh Parker hugging the touchline. Because it's a little bit easy for Andy Bartram at the moment as well, because he seems to be isolating Luke O'Neill when he gets the ball, because we're playing 3 central midfielders and 1 in front. At least if you get a winger, then hopefully he'd be able to track back in and help Luke O'Neill out. Not that Luke O'Neill's struggling, but I'm just...
And also we've got, Wimbledon have got a defender who we know very well, Deji Oshilaja. He can be got at. He's always got a rick in him. He's always got a mistake in him. Let him have the ball, and then he will give you the ball back. He's not a culture player at all with the ball at his feet. In fact, no one at the back of Wimbledon looked particularly comfortable in possession.
No, they've just got 3 big brutish centre halves, haven't they?
Yeah. So I think we need to get at these guys and just up the pressure a little bit. Maybe play a little narrow in midfield, rather than it's all down one side. Either go narrow or balance it out, as you say, with the 2 wide.
Get your 2 strikers closer to each other as well, because any flicks that we've won, there tends to have not been anyone within 10 yards of that flick on. So
yeah, I mean at the moment it's almost as if the first half didn't exist. We've got 45. It's a 45-minute game now, starting from scratch, still 0-0, and we've got they're attacking the Rainier second half. Come out there with a bit of momentum, first 10 minutes, stamp their authority on the game.
Get the crowd in the game as well,
get the crowd in the game, and hopefully we'll make that breakthrough. And I think if we score first, I think we'll probably go on and get a second and win the game quite comfortably.
That's the hope.
It's that first goal that we need to make that breakthrough.
We're not great chasing games, so 0-0, not very good. Tactical genius here, we're going to change everything and win the game. To the Gills own goal, I think, and it's Sean Clare whips in a free kick. I'm not sure, is it Meads who's headed it over his own keeper?
I think so. It came at the goal so fast, there was no way he was going to react to it.
No,
he flew in the far corner just in front of us here. Gillingham needed that goal.
Good thing, we need that now. Now we can go and manage the game better. 1-0 up. There's 65 minutes. They've given a penalty to Wimbledon here. For me, it's a foul the other way.
Yeah, he had hold of.
It's Cody McDonald we're talking about, and he had hold of Luke O'Neill's shirt.
got round the wrong side of him.
Both fell
largely
over.
via the fact that he pulled his shirt and got around
Because
him.
he pulled Luke O'Neill over, yeah.
And the referee has pointed to the spot. The ref's been not bad today, but that decision was made from about 30 yards away.
Yeah, he's guessed, I think, which isn't at all.
He's pointed to the spot.
Who's taking it? It's not McDonald, thankfully. It's
No, it's Lyle Taylor.
So we'll stay with you. Come on, Thomas Holly. But never a penalty for me, really harsh. It's frustrating after getting in front. Comes Lyle Taylor now, steps up.
Yeah!
Holy went the right way but couldn't get enough on it.
He hit it well, didn't he?
It's a good penalty and it's 1-0 and we've been pegged back. To Gillingham, I think he smacks Amar from the corner. The bundles in at the far post. We lead again. Left. It's corner at the Wimbledon. How's your nerves, Simon?
All right, actually. I think
we've got comfortable in open play, haven't we?
As long as we don't do anything silly, there we go. Like that.
2-all.
Then we'll be all right. Statuesque defending at the back.
Corner to the far post, and it's a free-header back in, and we don't react. We've been pulled back again.
We've been attacking the ball really strongly all day. We stood still for that corner.
And it's cost us.
And it's cost us. It's 2-2. They've barely been in the game this second half, Wimbledon, yet they've scored twice.
Yeah, soft penalty in that one, which comes from a soft free kick originally.
Yeah.
So
6 minutes to go.
Work to do again. Gills attacking, there's a couple of minutes of injury time left. Come on, good delivery. Oh, it's not fast, please, and there, referee!
Come on, come
Gills
on.
still pressing, there's about a minute left, I think. Long throw coming in from Connor Ogilvie. Just headed up in the air. That's a foul, that's just stupid from somebody who's just shoved the defender in the back.
Good game! Good game!
Back in the factory now at full time and it's finished Gills 2, AFC Wimbledon 2. Frustrating, I thought it was 2 points dropped after our performance second half.
Yeah, first half, we might as well just not talk about the first half because nothing happened.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Second half, we were saying, or half time, we were saying, we need to start the second half well, get the momentum going. And if we get ahead, we should be able to pull clear and win by a couple. We got the breakthrough, and then the mistakes started to creep in. The penalty from where we were looks incredibly soft.
Yeah, I think
incredibly soft.
The referee's mark's right, and he looks to have just taken a chance on them appealing, which shouldn't be the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Luke O'Neill looked like he was having his shirt. To me, it was 6 to 1 half a dozen the other. It should have just been play on.
Yeah, I thought it was a soft decision. I mean, I normally sit in a Medway stand. I would have had a really good view of it from my usual seat. We were about 100 yards away. It looked soft. When the penalty came, obviously, you know, Lyle Taylor tucked it away really nicely.
Yeah, it's good pen in fairness.
But Tom Eaves had come on by this point, and we looked a different team. We had some momentum. Josh Parker was finding spaces down the channels. We were beginning to get the ball forward, and we had that focal point up front again. Wilkinson did a lot of running today.
He did a lot of ugly work.
Yeah,
Goes
but
unnoticed
overall wasn't that effective as a striker. Eaves came on and immediately became a threat. Yeah. And it looked like there was only one team going to go on and win the game. We scored almost, I think it was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes after the penalty.
Yeah, we done really well.
Retook the lead. Max Amar at the back post, just stabbing in from about a foot out. And it looked like, okay, we're going to go on and get a third and win this. And I then committed a bit of Murray Walker-esque commentating on the vlog,
which I will see now.
Which I shall wholeheartedly apologise for. Declared myself to be completely relaxed. Everything's cool, as long as we don't do anything stupid. And as I was talking, we did something stupid. Unchallenged header at the back post, unchallenged follow-up in the box is 2-2.
It's probably the only bit of poor defending we've done for 90 minutes, and ultimately it's cost us 2 points, which is the biggest frustration.
We actually defended really well over the piece. It was just You can argue that for the penalty, O'Neill maybe let Cody get the wrong side of him. I don't know. It looked like Cody sort of leaving him off a bit shirt pulling.
But to get
the second one was just statuesque defending, bad defending from the set piece. Not in keeping with the way they performed at the back during the day. Because the two best players for me, Zach Arnie and Aymer, were, for me, along with Claire, Sean Clare got man of the match, which I think was fair. But I thought the other two in the frame were two centre-halves. The two centre-halves both had a good game.
And then probably Tom Eves on top of that. That would be the problem before that. Yeah, made a real difference. He improved the big hand. Well, so much so that they had to take John. Played the left side.
Left side of centre-half.
Yeah, I can't think of his name now.
But it was one of those games where all the momentum was going one way, and then we made a crucial error, and it just popped the balloon, and we weren't able to regain it after that.
We had a couple of half chances after that, didn't we? I think Tom Eves and Zach Arnie had a header each.
I think Wilkinson had a glancing header which came to him so quickly, he had no time to control it.
Before that was before the goal.
I think it might have been before the goal.
We had two definitely after that.
And then Eves had one at the back post which went about a foot wide.
Yeah, it's unlucky with that. Gabby Zaquani dived and header at the side.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there are lots of positives to take from the game. But that should have been a win.
Yeah,
and if it hadn't been a win, we would have been sitting pretty much mid-table right now.
We'd have been 5 points better off than we are. We're currently 18th. If we'd won, we'd have been 14th, I think, on goal difference, it makes a big difference. I know it's not a lot in terms of points and goals, but it just when you look at the table, it makes you feel a whole lot better. But so to sum up, I think Gills fan, it was a very good performance second half on the whole, interspersed with a frustrating concession of a penalty and one really poor bit of defending, which has ultimately cost us the win. A little bit annoying. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for support all this year, it's been really good. We do appreciate it. Thanks to Simon, who's been brilliant coming on board with his Gills 365 and giving us a plug all the time, which is really helpful. Happy New Year to all of you, and until next time, up the Gills.